Welcome back, guys. NLW is here again. Eesh. It's been over a month, I think, since I did another one of these. I've been having ups and downs lately here, so I haven't been going to the flea market as much. A little bit of a death in the family, I should say. All's well. It's mostly the fact that my weekends were busy trying to clean out a hoarder's garage and putting stuff at the curb and waiting for scrappers to grab it and then putting the rest of the trash out. I had to break table glass that he was saving if he ever found tables for him. Oh, it's nearly finished. I think the only thing we need now to deal with is to get his classic car out, and thankfully that's soon to be taken care of. But you're here to see finds, people. It's been rather slow, I should say, at the flea market. Pretty slow for my taste, but the finds have been pretty much okay. Start over here, I guess. I got stuff on this side and I got stuff on this side. Stuff over here's been sitting for I think a week now. Alright, where to start? Alright. I was at my usual Berlin Farmers Market in New Jersey. I actually found stuff for once, which is very surprising for me. Why? Because most of the time it's picked through before I even get a chance to do it, but I guess no one showed up that Sunday. Alright. Let's see, for $2, I forget his name, but I know what he goes to. This is the Minicon for Armada Unicron. And now that I got that, if I ever find a Unicron without it, I got a piece for it. And for another $2, this is a weapon attachment for the Ninja Storm Megazord. Pretty sure this is the number, I want to say 2 or 3 ball. I have one of these already, but you can always use extra. Also from the same seller, he had a bunch of the movie power coins from the Power Rangers first movie. And he had the movie ones, and I was lucky enough that 2 of them I didn't have. He had white, yellow, blue, and these 2 I didn't have. The other 3 I already have. So I grabbed the pink pterodactyl coin and the red tyrannosaurus coin. Those are like $2 a piece, which is fine by me because I think those coins will usually run a good penny, like maybe 5 a piece. So, excuse me if you're hearing nasal stuff. I've got a bit of a head cold still going. But finding those 2 coins puts me at a good, number now for my coins. I'm still missing both the movie and normal edition of the Mastodon coin, so I'm still looking for those. And from the same seller that I got the coins from, I got Crash Twin Sanity for the PS2 complete. And I've actually been looking for this, and I always see this on the Wii, but I wanted it for the PlayStation 2. I'm sure... That is the first. It's weird, but Cortex has Crash bent over and is actually about to spank him. Wow. That's imagery for you right there, people. The last 2 games I got that Sunday were from the same seller, if I remember. So it was $14 for these 2 games. He wanted 5 for one and 9 for the other. The $5 game was the Adventures of Batman and Robin on the Sega Genesis. I actually have been looking for this game because I'm a bit of a Batman fan, but I like the animated series as well. Wish it had the case, but it's like a $10 game by itself, so I didn't care. But if it had the case, I would have been all the more for it. And the other game I got was a PSP game, Nights in the Nightmare by Atlas. This game was, I think it's also on the DS. And to be quite honest with you, if I find the DS version, I'm possibly not going to keep this. Just for the fact that I like the DS more than I would the PSP. And that's not a knock against the PSP. That's a knock against me for not having one yet. And having a 3DS where I can just play it automatically. See? Right there. Nasal. As a matter of fact, the only toy I got that weekend, I actually did some swapping with this. I actually found a Samurai Cyber Squad Servo. Well, not Servo, Formo and Drago. The Servo in here is mine. I had this before the Battle Armor. And I actually swapped pieces out with my former Drago. Because the Drago I had did not have any of the stickers. And I feel the stickers here really pronounce him more. Like, these weren't here, this wasn't here, this. None of the blue was on here. Mine was missing the orange plastic piece in there as well. But the Drago that I picked up, the whole mask and crest were missing from it as well. But on a brighter side, it has the side flannel skirts, and I did get the sword with it. But mine had a distinct little flaw in it that this particular heel on my last one was broken. Like, this much was missing. And it kind of irked me when I saw it. So, and yes, I have the cannon. And this is the one that I got that day, because this one also has the stickers on it. And the chrome's not bad on it either. And he only wanted $5 for that, so $5 and like an hour of swapping parts around because I needed the skirts and they're riveted in, so it's like I don't have a rivet pop to do that. Okay, on to yesterday and today's finds, and since today is Sunday, November 1st, and very little sparse, I got 2 games. 2 DS games. They were $5 apiece because I know the guy. He's a reseller, and he does good by me. I respect that, and he needs to make money because he bought this for whatever. I don't know what he bought it for, but that's just it. When he asked me what are they going for, I pull out my price app. I said, well, my price app says this one's going for $4, and this one's going for $9. He says give me 10 for both. I'm like, all right, sure. Save a couple bucks, right? Well, what I got was Dragon Ball Z, The Legacy of Goku, and Dragon Ball Z, The Legacy of Goku 2. And, yep. Both have the Nintendo bits on the board, which tells me that these are not fake, thankfully. But it's kind of a weird contrast that both labels are so completely different. This is just a title, but this actually has Goku in the background, which would actually make you think that this is a bootleg, or one of these would be, because they're so different in basically the labels. Alright. I didn't get many, like, games I wanted, I want to say, yesterday. I can't really say that either. I wanted them, because I bought them. Let's see. Oh, yeah. They're over there on the side, and I got stuff on top of them, but I bought, like, some empty CD cases. I bought, like, 8 of them for $2. Because if I need them, I can replace PlayStation 1 cases. And I had actually bought a game that day that needed to be replaced. So it helped. And so I picked... I got this in a lot. It was 4 games for $7. And one of them was Crash Bandicoot, green label. And as you can see, the case on this is actually very nice because I swapped it out. It's one of those black barred cases, so I had to keep the this bit in where the CD sits. And it's not great, but there's like very few scratches on here. Yeah. I mean, it'll play, and you know what, for what? At $7 for, it's like less than $2 a game. And this game is still like, what, a $20, $25 game? I sold my last copy because I needed the money. I don't need the money now, so this will be put right back into the PS1 collection. The other games I got in that lot were, let's see, Resident Evil Director's Cut with the bonus demo of Resident Evil 2. I have to see which one of... Because I have a copy of this, and I need to see which one's better. Because if mine doesn't look as good, I'll swap the discs. Or if my manual in there doesn't look as good, I'll swap the manuals. But even once again, as I said, for a couple bucks, or even less than $2, this is still a good deal. Because Director's Cut, I want to say, is around a $20 game. If it's in good shape, and I got... Let's see, this is Director's Cut game, and the disc is... Okay, there's nothing... There's no deep scratches on these whatsoever. And as you can see, there's the manual. The only little thing I feels up with it is it's a little indented there in the corner, but that's nothing. And then the demo is... Okay, but then again, I guess you would play the demo if you wanted to play Resident Evil 2, but at this point, Resident Evil 2, I feel, speaks for itself. Because every time I get the game, it sells. I have my own copy, so every time I get a double, I just sell it off. And the last 2 games I got were Xbox games. One of them I've actually been looking for on the PS2, but I figured, hey, this will actually get me to play my Xbox. And one of them is, let me see, I think this was actually the best disc he had in the lot. He had a bunch of Xbox games. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, man, I found Crash Bandicoot and I found Resident Evil. Wouldn't it be awesome if I found Conker's Live and Reloaded? Nope, still looking for it. But I got Lord of the Rings, The Third Age, and apparently it's a turn-based? Yeah, all new turn-based combat system gives new level of strategic control over encounters. 6 new playable characters from the movies. Oh, as long as I get to play as Aragorn, I'll be fine. Though I don't know if I can play as Gandalf in this. If I can play as Gandalf, I'll be freaking awesome. But as I said, less than $2. I want to say this game's like maybe just a $5 filler title. But if I find this on the PS2, I'll be a lot more happier. Because Xbox isn't really what I collect for. Unless it's like only on Xbox. And the last game I got, I was a little... At first, I didn't want to get it because I think I just need to clean the disc a little. Like, there's scratches on it. I don't even know if you'll be able to tell. There's even spots on here. I haven't cleaned this disc yet. But no manual, but if I ever find like a destroyed copy with a nice manual, I'll be like, hey, will you do $1 for this? And I'll be like, alright, I got the manual for $1, but I got Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. I have played Elder Scrolls for the 360, and I hated that game. So maybe something a little smaller, will be good. We'll see. I actually looked this up, and apparently there's this one, there's the greatest hits version, and then there's a gold version. And the gold version apparently is like $20-25, where the greatest hits version is like $12, and this is like maybe an $8 to $10 game as it sits. It's $10 with the manual, so you take a couple bucks off, it's like $8 to $7 without the manual. And on to the rest of the finds. These are all empty cases. I got these empty cases because I recently picked up some DS games off GameStop.com. And all of them came in except for one game because it was labeled as NA. When I clicked on it, it was in stock. And they never sent me it. And I'm not going to get that game, which was Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hacker. I wanted a brand new copy of that for the 3DS. Why did I want that for the 3DS? Because it comes with a soundtrack and it comes with a case cover. If I used, it's like $12. New, it's like $15. So I was just like, I'll buy it new. I don't know, maybe if I get the chance, I'll go on Amazon and I'll just buy a copy. But all these are going to be cases for the recent DS games I picked up. And I don't have them on me. They're actually like in a box right now under my bed. But I got Naruto Path of Ninja 1 and 2, Magical Star Sign, Disgaea DS. There's like 2 more. I'm having trouble remembering them. Yeah. But the empty cases were, and if I ever find these games, I might as well just put them in the cases and sell them. Disney's Phineas and Ferb, Lego Star Wars 3, Marvel Superhero Squad, The Infinity Gauntlet, Lego Indiana Jones 2, Lego Lord of the Rings. If I ever find this, I'll actually buy it to play it. And possibly the reason why I bought all the cases was Pokemon Black 2. And all the cases actually have the manuals. They don't have any of the Nintendo points, not like it matters now. But, that would have been a little better. And the only DS game I got yesterday that was actually all there, manual, game, case, whatever, for $5 I picked up Naruto Ninja Council 3. The seller wanted 10. And he's a reseller. I know him. I'm a return customer for him. And they've asked me a few times, hey, could you look this up so I know what it's worth? And I'll be like, yeah, alright, whatever. I'm going to buy it. Because I think they had like a box of 360 stuff one time, and I just went through and go, this is all filler at this point. It's like Gears of War, Halo, and whatnot. It's filler at this point for anyone who owns a 360 and has not gotten those games. Because I mean, you can go to GameStop now and get most of those games for $5 to $10. So sell them at the flea market for $5. Just try and get what you can out of them. It's not my fault you paid too much at an auction. But when I mentioned that this was selling for $5, they offered $5. I handed them a $5 bill, and it's mine. That is it for pickups, people. I'll possibly get more into the recent DS, 3DS pickups I've had recently come next Sunday. Next Sunday, I'm going to be going to my toy convention, the New Jersey Collectors Convention out in Cherry Hill. I've went to the last one, and it was pretty good. We had a few game seller, like one game seller. He had 2 games I would have been interested in, but not at the prices I was willing to pay. He wanted $25 for Monster Rancher 2, which is possibly what it's going for, and he wanted $50 for Digimon World 1. I didn't have that great of a budget last time I went. I had maybe 2 on when I went, and spending $75 on wood this thick, that's 2 PS1 cases. I don't see that happening. I like quantity over quality half the time, so that's how it works. But hey guys, look forward to the toy pickup, because that's what I go there for. I mostly go there for toys. And I will see you then.